Welcome to English Podcast.
Hello, everyone. The podcast where we make learning English fun and easy. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Eric. In each episode, we break down English words and phrases so that you can learn them easily.
Let's get started and make English simple together. What are the words today, Eric?
The first word today is to be anxious. Then we will continue with to nudge and to count on someone or something. Then to clear one's head or mind. And the final one is to get along with.
Let's start with the first word, Eric.
The first word is to be anxious.
To be anxious.
To be anxious.
Anxious? That sounds interesting. Can you explain what it means?
Of course, the word anxious is used when someone feels worried or nervous about something. For example, if you have a big test tomorrow, you might feel anxious because you're concerned about how you will do.
Wonderful explanation. Eric, could you give us an example?
Sure, here's an example sentence. Maria felt anxious before her job interview. It means that Maria was feeling nervous and worried because she wanted to do well in her interview.
Great! Let's hear another example from you, Eric.
All right, John was anxious about his flight because it was his first time traveling alone. It means John was nervous about flying by himself for the first time. Remember, anxious is an adjective, so it describes a feeling. You can use it to talk about someone's feelings or to describe a situation that makes people feel nervous or worried.
To put this into context, let's listen to a dialogue using the word. The dialogue is between you and me, okay?
Sounds good. Let's start.
Hey, Eric, are you okay? You look a bit worried.
Hi, Lisa. Yes, I'm a bit anxious about the math test today. I didn't study enough.
Oh, I see. I'm anxious too, but remember, we've prepared a lot. We'll do fine.
I hope so, Lisa.
Don't worry, I'm sure you did great.
Thanks, Lisa. That makes me feel a little less anxious.
That was a helpful dialogue. Let's discuss what happened.
Sure. In the dialogue, I was anxious about two things. First, I was worried about the math test because I didn't study enough. Second, I was eager and a bit nervous to see the results of the science test.
And I was trying to make you feel less anxious by reminding you that we've prepared well. It's good to have friends who can help when you feel anxious.
Definitely. It's normal to feel anxious sometimes, but it helps to talk about it. How about you, Lisa? Have you ever felt anxious before a big event?
Oh yes, I often feel anxious before giving a presentation, but practicing a lot helps reduce that anxiety.
Good point. Practice and support from friends can really help manage anxious feelings.
Okay, Eric. I think our viewers and listeners have understood the meaning of to be anxious and how to use it. Let's move on to the next word.
Agreed, Lisa. All right. The next word is to nudge.
To nudge.
To nudge.
To nudge. What does it mean, Eric?
To nudge means to push someone or something gently, usually with your elbow or hand. It's often used to get someone's attention or to encourage them to do something.
Ah, I see. So it's a gentle push. Can you give us an example sentence, Eric?
Sure. Here's the first example. John nudged his friend to remind him to look at the interesting painting. It means that John gently pushed his friend with his elbow or hand so that he noticed the interesting painting.
Great. Here's another example. She nudged the cat off the couch so she could sit down. This means she gently pushed the cat with her hand to make the cat move off the couch so she could sit down.
Perfect. So in both examples, we use a gentle push to get attention or make someone or something move.
Yes, exactly. To nudge is a verb, and we often use it with the preposition to, like nudged him to look or nudged the cat off.
That's right. Now, let's hear a short dialogue using to nudge.
Sure thing.
Jake, look at that painting. It's amazing.
Huh? Which one?
The one over there with the bright colors.
Oh, I see it now. Thanks for the nudge. I was looking at my phone.
No problem. Sometimes you just need a little nudge to see the good stuff.
That was a nice dialogue. Sarah nudged Jake to make him look at the painting.
Yes, because he was distracted by his phone.
Sometimes, do you nudge someone, Lisa?
Oh, many times. Sometimes my little brother is so focused on his video games that I have to nudge him to get his attention. How about you, Eric?
I remember nudging my friend at the cinema because he fell asleep during the movie. It was funny because he woke up and thought he missed something important.
That's hilarious. Nudging can be used when you want to get someone's attention without being too harsh.
Absolutely. And it's a good word to know because it's very common in everyday conversation.
So true. And that's it for today's word, to nudge. Remember, it's a gentle push to get someone's attention or encourage them to do something. All right, could you tell us the next word, Eric?
The next word is to count on someone or something.
To count on someone or something.
To count on someone or something.
That's a useful phrase. What does it mean, Eric?
To count on someone or something means to rely on them or expect them to help or support you. For example, you might count on a friend to help you with a problem, or you might count on the weather being good for a picnic.
So it's about trusting that someone or something will be dependable.
Exactly. Now let's talk about how we use this phrase in a sentence. Here's the first example. I always count on my friend Jane to cheer me up when I'm feeling down. It means that whenever I'm sad, I trust that Jane will make me feel better because she is always there for me.
I have another example to add. We can count on the bus arriving on time every morning. This means we trust the bus to come at the right time each day without delay.
Nice examples, Lisa. Let's cover some grammar points now. To count on is a phrasal verb. You always need to use it with the preposition on. So you say count on someone or count on something. And remember, it's followed by a noun or pronoun like count on him or count on the bus.
Thanks for those grammar tips. Now, let's hear a short dialogue featuring the phrase, two friends, Rosa and Sam, planning a surprise party.
Sam, can I count on you to bring the cake for the party?
Absolutely. You can count on me. I'll get the best cake in town.
Great. I knew I could count on you for this. You're always so reliable.
Thanks, Rosa. It's good to know you count on me for important things.
That dialogue was interesting. Shall we talk about it, Eric?
Sure thing, Lisa. In the dialogue, Rosa trusts Sam to bring the cake. Sam feels happy because Rosa counts on him.
Exactly. It's nice to know that someone trusts you for something important.
Have you ever had someone count on you for something big, Lisa?
Yes, I have. My sister always counts on me to help her with her homework. It feels good to help and be trusted.
That's a great example. For me, my colleagues often count on me to organize our team meetings. It's a big responsibility, but I like that they can rely on me.
It sounds like a lot of responsibility, but also very rewarding. It's important to have people we can count on in different situations.
Absolutely, and it makes life a lot easier when you know who you can count on.
That wraps up our discussion on to count on someone or something.
I think we've covered everything. Let's move on to the next word, Lisa. The next word is to clear one's head or mind.
To clear one's head or mind.
To clear one's head or mind.
Great. Let's explain this phrase to our listeners. To clear one's head or mind means to relax and free your thoughts from worries or stress.
That's right, Lisa. It's about making your mind feel calm and empty of troubling thoughts.
Now let's give some example sentences. Eric, can you start?
Sure. Here's my example. After a long day at work, I like to go for a walk to clear my head. It means that after working all day, this person goes for a walk to relax and stop thinking about work problems.
Perfect. Here's my example. I need to clear my mind before the big test tomorrow. It means that this person wants to relax their mind and not worry before taking an important test the next day.
Great explanation. Now let's hear a dialogue using this phrase. Ready, Lisa?
Ready?
Hi, Tom. You look stressed. What's wrong?
I have a big presentation tomorrow, and I can't stop worrying about it.
Why don't you go for a run? It might help you clear your head.
That's a good idea. I need to clear my mind and focus.
Exactly. After your run, you'll feel better and can prepare for your presentation.
That was a good dialogue, Eric. Let's talk about it. Why did Sarah suggest Tom go for a run?
Sarah thought running would help Tom clear his head. She wanted to help him stop worrying about his presentation.
That's right. And how did Tom respond to Sarah's suggestion?
Tom agreed with Sarah. He said he needed to clear his mind and focus.
Exactly. Do you have any ways to clear your head, Eric?
Yes, I like to listen to music or take a short nap. What about you, Lisa?
I enjoy doing yoga or reading a book. It helps me relax and stop thinking about my problems.
Those are great ways to clear your mind. Do you think it's important to clear your head regularly?
Yes, I do. It helps reduce stress and makes you feel better. What do you think?
I agree. Clearing your head can help you think better and be more productive.
That's true. Well, that's all we have time for with this phrase. Remember, listeners, clearing your head is a good way to relax and feel better.
Exactly. Now, let's move on to our last word. The next word is get along with.
Get along with.
Get along with.
That's a common phrase.
Yes, Lisa, it means to have a good relationship with someone. If you get along with someone, you like each other and have a friendly and positive relationship.
So, it's about having a good and friendly relationship with someone. Can you give us an example sentence, Eric?
Sure, here's the first example. Tom gets along with his new co-workers very well. It means that Tom has a good relationship with his new co-workers and they all like each other.
That's helpful. Let me share another example. She doesn't get along with her neighbor because they always argue. This means she and her neighbor do not have a good relationship, and they often have disagreements.
Perfect. So, in both examples, we see how people's relationships can be either good or not good, depending on how they get along with each other.
Yes, exactly. Get along with is often used to talk about relationships between people, especially if they are friendly or difficult.
Next, we'll hear a short dialogue featuring get along with. Two friends talking about their new classmate.
Mike, how do you like our new classmate? Emma?
She's really nice. I get along with her very well. What about you?
I get along with her too. She's very friendly and easy to talk to.
Yes, it's great that we all get along so well. It makes the class more fun.
I agree. It's always better when everyone gets along.
What's your opinion about the dialogue, Eric?
It's a great example of how getting along with others can make new experiences, like having a new classmate. Have you ever had someone you didn't get along with, Lisa?
Yes, I have. Sometimes it happens, but it's important to try to understand each other and improve the relationship. How about you, Eric?
I've had a few situations like that, but when you try to get along with people, it usually works out much better.
That's true. Getting along with others is really important, especially in school or at work.
Absolutely. It helps to make a positive and happy environment for everyone.
That's so true.
Okay, our followers, that's it for today's episode of Simply Explained English. We hope you found our explanations helpful and easy to understand.
We're so glad you joined us. Don't forget to tune in the next episode for more words to make your English better.
Until next time, keep practicing and have fun with English. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Take care and see you soon. The podcast, where we make learning English easy and fun. I am Lisa.
And I am Eric. Whether you're a student, a professional, or just someone who loves learning English, this podcast is for you.
So let's get started and make English simple and enjoyable together. What are the words today, Eric?
The first word today is bad-tempered. Then we will continue with in a row and pull your weight. Then to dress up. And the final one is to be on the same page.
All right, let's start with the first word, Eric.
The first word is bad-tempered.
Bad-tempered.
Bad-tempered. Bad-tempered is an adjective. It means someone who gets angry or annoyed easily. A bad-tempered person might get upset quickly, even over small things.
For example, my boss is very bad-tempered in the mornings. It means that my boss gets angry or annoyed easily in the mornings.
Great example, Lisa. Here's another one. The bad-tempered cat scratched everyone who tried to pet it. It means the cat gets angry easily and scratches anyone who tries to pet it.
That's right, Eric. Notice that bad-tempered is used to describe someone's or something's character. It tells us that they often get angry or annoyed.
Now, let's have a sample dialogue using bad-tempered. In a small office, two co-workers, Jane and Mike, talk about their boss.
Did you see how our boss reacted this morning?
Yes, he was really bad-tempered this morning again. He always gets angry over a small mistake.
I know. It's hard to work when he's in such a bad-tempered mood.
We should be careful and try not to upset him today.
That was a useful dialogue to show how bad-tempered can be used in a conversation. Jane and Mike talked about their boss being bad-tempered, which means he gets angry easily.
Yes, Lisa. It's important to know that some people can be bad-tempered, and we should try to understand and handle them carefully.
Have you ever worked with a bad-tempered person, Eric?
Yes, I had a teacher in school who was very bad-tempered. He would get angry if we didn't do our homework perfectly. What about you, Lisa?
I had a neighbor who was bad-tempered. He would get upset if anyone made a small noise even during the day.
That must have been difficult to deal with. Bad-tempered people can make situations uncomfortable.
Absolutely. But sometimes understanding why they are bad-tempered can help us be more patient with them.
That's a good point, Lisa. Everyone has their reasons, and being patient and calm can make things better.
We hope our listeners found this explanation and dialogue helpful. Let's move on to our next word. What's the next word, Eric?
The next word is in a row.
In a row.
In a row.
Great. Let's explain this phrase to our listeners. In a row means one after another, without interruption or break.
That's right, Lisa. It's used to describe things happening one after the other.
Let's give some example sentences. Eric, can you start?
Sure. Here's my example. She won 3 games in a row. This means that she won 3 games, one after another, without losing any of them.
Perfect. Here's my example. He worked 10 days in a row without a day off. It means this person worked 10 consecutive days without taking any breaks or days off.
Great explanation. Now let's talk about how to use this phrase. We usually put in a row at the end of a sentence after mentioning the number of times something happened.
That's right. Now let's hear a dialogue using this phrase. Ready, Eric?
Ready?
Hey, Sarah. How's your chess tournament going?
It's going great. I've won 5 matches in a row.
Wow, that's impressive. How many more do you need to win?
Just 2 more. I'll be the champion if I win these next 2 in a row.
Good luck. I hope you can keep winning.
That was a good dialogue, Eric. Let's talk about it. How many matches did Sarah win in a row?
Sarah won 5 matches in a row. That means she won 5 chess matches, one after another, without losing any. And she said if she wins 2 more matches in a row, she'll be the champion.
Exactly. Have you ever done anything many times in a row, Eric?
Yes, I once read 3 books in a row during a long weekend. What about you, Lisa?
I once watched 5 movies in a row on a rainy Sunday. It was fun but tiring. Eric, do you think doing things in a row is always good?
Not always. Sometimes it's good, like winning games. But sometimes you need breaks, like when working many days in a row.
I agree. It depends on what you're doing. Too many days of work in a row can be tiring.
That's true. Well, that's all we have time for with this phrase. Remember, listeners, in a row means one after another.
Exactly. It's a useful phrase for talking about repeated actions or events. Now let's move on to our next word.
The next word is pull your weight.
Pull your weight.
Pull your weight. Pull your weight is a phrase. It means to do your fair share of work. If everyone pulls their weight, then the job gets done easily. This phrase is often used when working in a team.
Yes, that's right. Now, let's give some example sentences. Here's the first one. In our group project, everyone needs to pull their weight to get a good grade. This means that everyone in the group must do their part in the work to get a good grade.
Here's the second example. If John doesn't pull his weight at work, he might lose his job. It means that he could get fired if John doesn't do his fair share of the work. Now, let's hear a dialogue using this phrase. Ready, Lisa?
Ready.
Sarah, can I talk to you about the team project?
Sure, what's up?
I've noticed you haven't been pulling your weight lately. The others are doing more work.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I'll try to pull my weight from now on.
That's good to hear. Remember, everyone needs to contribute equally for the project to succeed.
That was a good dialogue, Eric. Let's talk about it. Why did the manager speak to Sarah?
The manager spoke to Sarah because she wasn't pulling her weight on the team project. She wasn't doing her fair share of the work.
That's right. And how did Sarah respond?
Sarah apologized and promised to pull her weight from then on. She said she would try to do her fair share of work.
Exactly. Do you think it's important to pull your weight in a team, Eric?
Yes, I do. When everyone pulls their weight, the work gets done faster and better.
I agree. It's not fair if some people work hard and others don't. Have you ever been in a situation where someone didn't pull their weight?
Yes, once in a school project. One person didn't do much work, and it was frustrating. What about you?
I had a similar experience at work. We had to talk to the person and ask them to pull their weight.
That can be a difficult conversation. Do you have any tips for pulling your weight, Lisa?
I think it's important to understand your tasks, ask for help if you need it, and always try your best.
Those are good tips. I'd add that it's important to communicate with your team and let them know if you're having trouble.
Great advice. Well, That's all we have time for with this phrase. Remember, listeners, pulling your weight means doing your fair share in a group.
Exactly. It's an important phrase for teamwork and cooperation. Now, let's move on to our next word. The next word is to dress up.
To dress up.
To dress up. To dress up means wearing nice clothes, usually for a special occasion. When you dress up, you wear fancier clothes than you typically wear.
Yes, that's right. Let's give some example sentences. My example sentence is, you don't need to dress up to go to the mall. Jeans and a t-shirt are fine. It means it's not necessary to wear fancy clothes. Jeans and a t-shirt are okay.
Another example is that children like to dress up as their favorite characters for Halloween. It means that children like to wear costumes to look like their favorite characters for Halloween.
All right, now let's listen to an example dialogue using dress up. Anna and Tom at home getting ready for a party.
Tom, will you dress up for the party tonight?
Yes, I will. What about you?
I'll dress up too. I can't wait.
It's going to be a fun night. Everyone loves to dress up for parties.
Yes, it's a great chance to wear something special.
That was a good dialogue. It shows how we use dress up when talking about wearing nice clothes for a special occasion.
Yes, it does. Lisa, do you like to dress up for special occasions?
Yes, I do. I enjoy dressing up for weddings and parties. It's fun to wear something different and special.
I agree. Dressing up makes the event feel more important. What's your favorite occasion to dress up for?
I love dressing up for Halloween. It's fun to be creative with costumes. How about you, Eric?
I like dressing up for New Year's Eve parties. Everyone looks so nice, and it feels like a fresh start for the new year.
That sounds wonderful. Dressing up really adds to the excitement of special events.
It sure does, Lisa. Well, that's it for the word dress up. Remember, dressing up can make any occasion more special.
All right. And now, the next word is our last word today. Could you explain the last word of today, Eric?
The last word is to be on the same page.
To be on the same page.
To be on the same page.
Great. To be on the same page is an idiom. It means to agree or understand something in the same way as someone else. This idiom is often used when working in teams or discussing plans.
Yes, exactly. Now let's give some example sentences. Here's the first one. We need to be on the same page before we start the project. It means we must agree and understand everything clearly before starting the project.
Here's the second example. The teacher ensured all the students were on the same page before explaining the new lesson.
It means that the teacher ensured all the students understood the same information before starting the new lesson.
Exactly. Now let's use this phrase in a dialogue. Imagine two friends, Sarah and Tom, talking about their group presentation.
Hi, Tom. Do you think we are ready for the presentation tomorrow?
I'm not sure, Sarah. I feel like we are not on the same page yet.
What do you mean?
I think we need to review the slides again to ensure we understand everything the same way.
Good idea. Let's review them now so we can be on the same page.
That was a good example of dialogue. Now, let's talk about it a bit more. Lisa, do you think Sarah and Tom will be ready for their presentation?
Yes, I think so. They realized they needed to be on the same page and decided to review their slides together.
Right. Do you think being on the same page in a group presentation is important?
Absolutely. If everyone understands the information the same way, the presentation will go smoothly.
I agree.
Have you ever had a situation where people were not on the same page, Eric?
Yes, I have. It made the project difficult because we had different ideas. How about you, Lisa?
Yes, I have too. It can be confusing, but it's important to talk and make sure everyone understands the same thing.
Good advice, Lisa. So remember, everyone, it's important to be on the same page when working in groups or making plans.
That's right, Eric. Well, that's all for today's episode of Simply Explained English. We hope you enjoyed learning with us.
Remember to practice using the new words and phrases.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to tune in next time for easier and fun English lessons.
Until then, keep practicing and stay curious.
Bye for now.
Bye.